Imagine this. One morning, every news channel around the world broadcasts the same sentence. The war is over, the numbers are now being released. And then a single number appears at the bottom of the screen. Tens of thousands of soldiers, tens of thousands of people. So simple, isn't it? But then something feels wrong, because that number is just a number. It carries no emotion, no story, no meaning. But what if I told you this? None of the numbers announced during this war may actually reflect the full reality. Satellite images show one figure, independent researchers estimate another, and footage from the front line suggests something completely different. So the real question becomes, red triangle pointed down, why are the official numbers so silent, and so emotionless? Red triangle pointed down, who actually knows the true military and civilian casualty counts? Red triangle pointed down, and why is neither side willing to say it openly? Maybe a mother waiting at her doorway in hopeless silence never appears in any report. Maybe the last letter a soldier writes on the battlefield never enters an official archive. Sadly, the brutal truth is this. Wars are always told through numbers. But pain cannot be told through cold statements, datasets, or carefully crafted press releases. And today, this is exactly what we are talking about. In one of the most significant geopolitical crises of modern times, the Russia-Ukraine war, heavy checkmark the unknown reality behind official numbers. Heavy checkmark the contradictory data collected by independent sources. Heavy checkmark the dark information fog of the digital age. Heavy checkmark and the human truth hidden behind the statistics. But before anything else, we need to accept one reality. This war is not only being fought along the front lines between two nations, it is also being fought in news bulletins, government press rooms, intelligence agencies, and between the lines of international reports. And while all of this is happening, the oldest rule of war remains unchanged. When war is ongoing, the truth only speaks in whispers. So now, let's turn up the volume on those whispers and really listen. When the Russia-Ukraine war began in 2022, the world immediately sensed that this conflict would not be short. Because this was not just a confrontation between two armies. It was also two different historical narratives, two opposing security doctrines, two conflicting geopolitical visions, colliding head-on. And for this reason, numbers suddenly stopped being information and became weapons of war. The official silence. Since the war began, both sides have shared casualty figures rarely and in limited form. This is not just a preference, it is a strategic decision, because every number announced affects public morale, shapes international perception, strengthens or weakens political positioning. And there is a new reality. The most powerful defense mechanism of modern states is no longer tanks or fighter jets. It is information control, which is why the data released to the public is not always complete, not always precise, and almost always filtered through political reality before being shared. So what do independent experts do? Archival records? Not enough. Official briefings? Incomplete. So modern war has become a massive information hunt. Today, researchers analyze satellite imagery, count newly expanding cemeteries near the front, examine intercepted radio recordings, monitor the capacity of field hospitals and track newly constructed ones, verify battlefield videos posted on social media, cross-reference open-source intelligence reports. Their findings vary, but they agree on one essential conclusion. The officially released numbers may not tell the entire story, and the gap is not measured in percentages, but sometimes in tens of thousands of lives. A digital war, with old-world pain. This conflict is recorded as the most digitized war of the last half-century. Drone swarms conducting kamikaze strikes, AI-supported target analysis, satellite tracking, real-time battlefield video, almost like a strategy simulation. And yet, the things that kill people are painfully familiar. Artillery strikes, tank assaults, mortar fire, land mines. close-quarters combat. Technology has evolved. Cameras now record in HD, but the fear in people's eyes looks exactly like it does in photos from the 1940s. As some historians put it, the methods have changed, the result has not. The economy is also on the battlefield. There is another front, unseen, yet felt by every citizen. The national budget. Because every lost tank, fired missile, destroyed bridge, damaged power station, collapsed piece of infrastructure, means financial strain that may last years. Some analysts say, in modern war, casualty lists also include national economies. Every destroyed armored vehicle tears a new hole in the state budget. What does history tell us? This is not new. After World War II, true casualty numbers took 7 years to be fully confirmed. In the First World War, propaganda numbers and actual data diverged dramatically. In Vietnam, many official figures were revised again and again years after the war ended. So once again, analysts repeat, the true numbers emerge only when the archives open. Until then, most remain only as the word, lost. One quiet line on a military document. But for the people waiting at home, each one is their entire world. And maybe the most painful question, how many of these lives will be written into history, be included in international reports, be remembered not numerically, but humanly? Because more often than not, numbers belong to the state. Grief belongs to the family. A single photo of a soldier hanging in a living room frame may speak louder than every statistic shown on a TV screen. When will the war end? There is no simple answer, because the future depends on diplomatic resilience, public support, economic sustainability, international pressure, the shifting reality on the battlefield. For this reason, analysts do not offer dates, only scenarios. And what we are seeking in this discussion today is not who is right, who is wrong, but instead, what is the real human cost of this war? Maybe decades from now, history books will finally print the true numbers. But today, we know one thing with certainty. Every number has a name. Every loss has a story. Every grave has someone waiting behind it. And none of these fully fit into the official statements we hear on television. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.